Hi, guys. Welcome to your first session of A Time to Sew. As you know, my name is Danette Hutchinson. We are actually going to be working on a new project for the fall. It is Simplicity 8573. These beautiful hats right here. I am so excited. I can't even tell you. Our first step is going to be getting your fabric and your pattern. Okay, so I've got my pattern, as you can see, and I do have some fabrics that I'm thinking about working with. Um, so I just have to kind of work that through in my mind. I am considering actually view A for my first hat, and that is the green one right here. I'm a fan of green at any time, believe it or not. And so I probably will go with that one, maybe do it in a black with a red flower. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to work that out. So, but what I want to share is the pattern. So I've got my pattern here. I've got it. It's going to come in 2 sheets of tissue paper. And based upon what hat you'll be working with, we've got 2 sheets of tissue paper, but based upon what hat that you're going to be working with, of course, you're going to cut out the pattern pieces for the hat that you're going to be working with. So you have to be really mindful about making sure you're cutting out the right piece for the right hat. So let me give you this suggestion. So what I suggest you do, let's say you're going to be using this number 3. Let's say you're going to be using number 3 here, okay? And so what I suggest you do, because it comes in a small, medium, and large, that's what the S, the M, and the L is for, small, medium, and large. And so what I suggest you do, if you need a small, you would highlight the small cutting line. I'm using uh, a pink highlighter, so hopefully you can see that. But you would highlight the cutting line that you're going to use so that you don't get confused, because sometimes they extend out this way, and so you want to make sure that you're still cutting on that line as you come into the single line. Okay, so you want to highlight all of the pieces that you're going to use for the hat that you choose, so that you can make sure you've got all of your pieces. Okay, second thing is I am going to, let me put my cap back on I'm going to take my iron, and I am going to iron out my pattern pieces on a very low heat. I don't know if you can see that. It's on synthetic, and the steam section is off. So I'm not getting any steam, because what will happen if you get steam is that your patterns are likely to curl up. So we don't want to steam it. We just want to get uh, the wrinkles out. Okay, it's kind of like very lightly ironing a tablecloth or something like that. But this is tissue paper, and so you want to make sure. I will probably turn mine up a little bit more past synthetic so I can get a little bit of heat. See, it's steaming, which I don't want it to do. So I'll wait till it stops steaming. The other thing you can do, if you don't have a miniature ironing board like this is so cute. But if you don't happen to have one, use your regular ironing board and just lay your pieces on top. Of course, you know how to iron. So lay your pieces on top, one section at a time, and go over your pattern pieces with the warm iron. No, hold up. Okay, so you want to just go over your pieces with a warm iron. Now, what I want you to know is that You might have to pull it tight to get the wrinkles out. It doesn't have to be perfect. Some of them may still crease in there a little bit, but you want your pattern to lay as flat as possible. So those are the 2 steps that I'm doing tonight. I will be cutting out my pieces. So you can see how that's laying flat. That's got a little bit of a crease in it. You just want it to lay as flat as possible without using steam, because steam will cause your pattern pieces to curl up, and we don't want that. Okay, so you can see right here, we're just going to, I'm going to add a little bit more heat. Okay, so I'm going to continue with this, and then I will show you what else I'm going to do after I get all of my pieces ironed out. Okay. All right, guys, just let me just touch bases with you. My iron wasn't even on. That's why my wrinkles weren't coming out. But let me show you now. I've got my iron set on cotton linen. And, you know, tissue paper is made out of wood, so that's a natural fiber. So I've got it set on cotton linen, no heat still, but it is giving me, no steam, but it is giving me the heat that I need to get these wrinkles out. So you can see them coming out of the pattern now, out of the paper, which is what you want. You want it laying as flat as possible on your fabric so that you get the sizing that you need. Okay, so let me get back to it. All right. Hello, welcome back. Hey guys, I have some information I want to share with you that's going to help you put together your hat that is going to fit your head well. And so let me go over the information on your pattern envelope as well as instructions on your inside instruction sheet. So first of all, let's look at the back side of the envelope here, okay? You're going to know your hat size based upon how you measured your head. So you want to measure across the front of your forehead, kind of like, you know where you like your hats to sit. So about the fullest part of your forehead, and come parallel to the floor all the way around, right? The fullest part of your forehead right here. And then come all the way around, okay? And measure, and so take that measurement right there. Mine was 21 inches, which I kind of knew. Being in the military, my head's been measured quite a bit. So I pretty much know it was 21. So for that, then that's going to give me this size small. So that's the size that I will be cutting my pattern pieces on, is a small. I think I was, well, I don't think, I know I was sharing on one of the pattern pieces how to use your highlighter, just like I've highlighted here. Highlight which size you're going to use on your pattern piece. You want to trace it out, kind of trace out this line that you're going to be cutting for either small, medium, or large, so you cut out the right size, okay? That's number one. Number two, your fabrics here are going to be fleece, melton, or ponte. And your ponte is like a double knit. If you remember the double knit era, it's kind of like that. The ponte is like a double knit. Of course, you know what fleece is, probably. So I'm not talking about the fleece that you make pajamas out of. I'm talking about the stiffer fleece that we would make craft projects out of in school. And honestly, I'm not sure what melton feels like. I'm not familiar with that particular fabric. And so I've highlighted my flower information. I'm making hat A. I'm making view A right here. And so on my envelope, I'm highlighting everything that pertains to view A, so that I don't leave anything out, okay? So I'm going to suggest that you do that as well on your envelope. do it on your envelope as well as your information sheet here. So I've highlighted the hat A. I know what size fabric that I need. I know what pieces I need to use for this part of the hat is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then my flower is cut 2 pieces of piece number, or pattern piece number 5. My flower center is cut 1 of piece number 6 from felt sheet. And then my hat actually needs interfacing. And so that interfacing is going to go here. It's going to go around piece 3. The part that's, where's a better picture of it? Maybe right here is a better picture of it. How it kind of scallops around the edges here. But that's my piece that I'm going to use that needs interfacing. So I'll have to make sure that I have a stable interfacing for that. And then on the inside of my hat, and I think the inside of most of the hats are going to have a lining. So my hat is going to have a lining, and I'll need to make sure that I have a comparable piece of lining for that as well. And what's fun about a lining piece is that you can get as jazzy about your lining as you want to. I have an idea in my mind about doing suits or vests or that type of thing that are closed when you're wearing them, but then when you take them off, they've got this jazzy lining on the inside, you know. And so that's always fun. That's always a great opportunity to use your creative flair about what you want to do, little things you want to do to your projects that you're working on, you know, that maybe only you know about. So those are the things I wanted to share with you. My next step, I'm going to cut out my my pieces for hat A. Again, I've got them highlighted on my instruction sheet. I've got them highlighted, so there should be no reason for me to mistake which pieces I actually need. Now down here in this area, it will tell you exactly which pieces that you need. So my hat center is piece number 1, my hat side is piece number 2, pattern piece I'm speaking. My brim is number 3, pattern piece number 3. My leaf is pattern piece number 4. My flower is pattern piece number 5, and my flower center is pattern piece number 6. So all of my pattern pieces, all of my fabric pieces are going to be used on this hat, which is going to look fantastic. I think I might do black. I'm not sure. I'm still not. But I'm excited about it. So I'm going to go ahead and on the next video, I'm going to cut out my my pieces. I just wanted to introduce you to getting your pattern pieces ready, how to choose which size that you need, small, medium, or large. The best way to make sure you're cutting out the proper pattern pieces for your hat, and then also how to lay out your pieces is going to be described on your layout right here. So that'll be real helpful if you're not quite sure how to do that. Okay, so this is our first lesson in A Time to Sew. Remember, we're doing simplicity 8, 5, 7, 3, and it is a time to sew. We'll talk to you soon. Have fun. Get all your stuff ready. Get your pieces laid out. Get them cut out. And on the next video, we're going to be sewing. Until then, God bless.